Hey IED, how you doing? It's Fagan. This is the week 3 directions video. I'm actually recording it the Monday before because one, I like to work ahead, and two, I've gotten enough information so far that I can actually start you with this video for next week. Okay, so yeah, one of the things you were supposed to do in week 2 was create your automaton Gantt chart, and I have seen a couple of those already. One, let's look briefly at the Gantt chart. All right. So as you can see on here, Wikipedia has a page about it, and yeah, the Gantt chart was developed by this guy Henry Gantt. You see a picture of him here. Ooh, handsome fellow. He was a mechanical engineer. If we look at his page, it'll tell us about that. And a management consultant, and he was best known for his work with scientific management. All right, and of course, the Gantt chart is really helpful for project management. All right, ooh, this is cool. Gantt charts were employed on infrastructure projects like the Hoover Dam and interstate highway system. So very cool. Yeah, just wanted to recap that. So some problems I saw with the Gantt chart are this. So I've got mine here, and basically your tasks are supposed to go on this leftmost column straight down. All right, and then you mark when you plan to start that task, and then if it's going to take more than 1 week, you would put another like X in that bar. Okay. So, for example, let's ignore that this is for this. Let's say I'm making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Okay, so my first task is to gather materials. Okay, namely bread, PB, and J. All right, and so I say that's going to take 1 week to do. All right, hopefully not. Then the next step would be let's see, open all containers and have knives ready. I don't know. Are you a double dipper with your knife? You put your peanut butter knife in your jelly jar? I don't know how you do this, all right? But yeah, so then we'd say, okay, that's going to take a week. Maybe that'll take 2 weeks, okay? So that's kind of how it should look. So just giving you some feedback on that in case you were wondering. Yeah, so quick comprehension check questions, and I'd love for you to leave these as a comment in today's Google Classroom post. Here they are. There's 3. Number 1, what kind of engineer invented the Gantt chart? Okay. Number 2, what were the problems I saw the Gantt chart? All right, which I saw as a recap, so you can put this in there. People putting their tasks this direction. All right, so gather materials here. And then on this one, they did open containers, okay, and so on and so forth. All right, so that's one of the problems I saw, okay. And then third question for you: name a cool automaton that you found in your research. Okay, like I mentioned that I found that polar bear and seal one, right, where a polar bear is trying to go through the ice to get the seal, and each time he misses. The seal pops up. He goes to grab it, and the seal goes down. Okay, so name a cool automaton you saw. Those are 3 things I want you to share. Okay, so the only other task this week is your box assembly, which if we look here, week 3, and I can zoom this in, we just did our comprehension check questions, assembling the box. Okay, so like it says, you may need to set up Google Drive or Backup and Sync on your Macbook. All right, so yeah, do that if you haven't. Get in touch with me if you're having trouble with that, but I do have some videos about how to do that. It's pretty simple. You just go to on Chrome, you go to drive.google.com, and once you're signed in and everything, and then you would say that you want to set it up on your computer, okay, that kind of thing. So moving forward, once you've done that, you're going to assemble this box. I will be sharing links from Brett Kisker about how to create the automata, since I am learning this as well on Fusion 360, okay? Look for those videos. There's 2 things I want to share before I go, though, okay? So here's my work so far. You can see it. One thing you'll notice as you bring your files in is that they all are sideways, or a lot of them look like they're sideways, okay? Here is the reason for that. So see how this box is sideways? Just looking at the image in the thumbnail, this is sideways. The reason is a lot of engineering firms, they actually think in terms of X and Y being like flat, like they are on this view cube, you can see, and Z going up and down, okay? Whereas with Inventor, it was different. It was X and Y were, so Y went up and down, and then we had X and Z that were kind of in the flat directions, right? So when they created Fusion 360, in order to comply with like what engineering firms were doing and what they wanted, they actually changed it. So to respect the orientation you had in your old Inventor files, it just means all of them got tipped on their side if you created them on the XY plane, like I used to have us do. Okay, so that explains that. So it's an easy fix, and actually all I'd have to do is, go top, say this is, and then I would change actually this top view. I would just change this to be my front view, right? I'd say set current view as front is what I do, okay? But I'm not going to worry about that right now. The other thing I wanted to share with you is you need to make all your Inventor files into Fusion designs, okay? And the way you'll do that, you'll see like, here's my home. I've got a new project, we could create one. These are the projects I've created on the left side here. So I grab one, and then if I go to the web, all right, it's going to open on Fusion 360 the website. Here's where you'll be able to upload your Inventor files so that they can be stored in the cloud, the Autodesk cloud, allowing access on Fusion 360. All right, so literally, yeah, you'd go into the folder you want, which I'm already there. You'd go to upload, and this is where you need to have backup and sync set up. What you can do is find folder. You can find a folder with all of your Inventor stuff, hopefully in it. All right. If it's not all in one folder, get it in one. Leave the other crap out of it, Google Docs, stuff like that. You don't want that. Just move all your Inventor stuff into one folder, and then you're going to click on that folder and say upload. Okay. Then it's going to do its thing, and the last thing you'll have to do is go over here, and with every file you have, which fortunately for you guys, you don't have too many, but for everyone, you will see where it says IPT, right-click, create Fusion design, okay? And then it's going to create something that looks like this with this icon. This is now a Fusion 360 design. It's called an F3D file, all right? I would recommend doing the parts first, okay, and then going back and finding all your assemblies, all right? So parts are IPT, assemblies are IAM. I don't know if I have any assemblies in here, but yeah, do the parts first, then the assemblies. Okay, hopefully you have luck with the assemblies. I was having some trouble, but this video is way too long. Don't forget my free comprehension check questions, and look for those other videos. Have fun with this, y'all. This is cool stuff, trying to get this thing to work.